All right. So I'm going to continue working and painting out some of these reflections. You could also do you could select your labels as well. So that's another way to do it, probably a faster way. But you know, there's lots of ways to do everything in Photoshop. So the most important, so this is if you're using black. If you're not using black, you're gonna have to be a little bit more creative with your blending. But, oopsie. You could also cut the blacks a little bit as well. But we don't want those highlights showing up. So we're essentially just, here, I'll show you what it looks like so far. Light, there we go. So now we're just getting, you see how that works? So if it's black, it disappears. So we just got to finish cleaning up there, and we're pretty much done. All right, so most of the label is painted out black just to make it easy. But what you can also do is we can do an adjustment to this layer. So let's go ahead and click down here on our layers panel, and we can do levels or we could do curves. I'm going to try curves here. So I want to bring down the black area and then bring up, actually the light doesn't need to come, actually it's a little too bright. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to duplicate this layer. So, because there we go. So see how that goes into black? So we could have tried that actually for the entire thing, so we don't have to paint it all black. But I'll probably duplicate the layer and get a lighter exposure for this bottom label because it's a little dark. So here we go. So you can see how that black now disappears. Let's see what it would have happened if we put the original. So you can see that you can crush a lot of that. So if we kept going with our curves, double click on that, we can crush a lot of that without having to paint it. And then anything that wasn't hidden, you can just paint over. So that's like a faster way to do it, but you know, Mrs. Olden didn't do the fast way. Get over it. So let's go ahead and put that back to that. Oopsie, did not mean to hit block. All right, let's get rid of that. Okay, so that looks good. It should be disappearing. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate layer. I'm going to call this labels top. So the top labels look pretty good. I'm going to select those two layers. I'm going to shift click, right click, and merge layers. So that one is like that. This bottom label, I want it lighter. So what I need to do is, let's turn these off so you can see what's happening. So here's the top one. I want to get rid of this part. So let's go ahead and add a, this is double click, top label. So what I'm going to do is mask it. So I'm going to, oops, if I do a circle, draw a circle with the lasso tool right here. This is the lasso selection tool. Now I hit this, it's going to mask that out. Now, when I hit this one, what I can do is click on that one, and I'm going to loop around the bottom one because this one I want to make later. So then I'm going to hit the mask. Maybe, there we go. So now I have these two crazy looking things, but when you put it all together, you're not going to notice. So top label is done. So we can just go here to lighten, done. And then the bottom label, what I want to do is I just want to lighten it. So I'm going to go into my curves again.